What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be taking a look at the market, and in specific, the market for the Legends cards in College Football 25. Now, if you're not sure really what I'm talking about, well, new Legends packs did come out, did get released in College Football 25. Got the Mega Bundle, got the Legends Superior pack, as well as you got the training packs. Look, honestly, I don't think any of them are worth your time. But a lot of people do. A lot of people are opening packs, which in turn is decreasing the price for some specific Legends cards and some other cards that I'm going to talk about today as well. First card I want to talk about today that went way down in price is Mike Evans. And why did he go down in price? Well, Ultimate Alumni came out on Friday, and a new wide receiver came out today in Crabtree. Those two things combined are pushing Crabtree's price really, really, really low. Now, again, are not Crabtree. They're pushing Mike Evans' price really, really low. Crabtree's a card that did come out today. So if you are looking for a new wide receiver today, that is who I'd recommend. I mean, Mike Evans, literally 110,000 coins. Does not get much cheaper, doesn't get much better than that as far as bang for your buck. Now, as far as Crabtree, he obviously is still relatively expensive. Chad Johnson's price is relatively low as well. The whole wide receiver market has gone down a little bit from top to bottom. Obviously, if you want to, you could pick up a cheap, 82, 83 overall Crabtree, who I think is an absolute stud as well. The next guy that I want to talk about that is going way down in price is Chris Johnson. I mean, this card is an absolute stud. I picked him up today for my gauntlet grind just at the backup running back position. He's 236,000 coins, which you guys might be like, okay, Ty, that's still pretty expensive, which it is, but he is one of the best backs in the entire game for 236,000 coins, and his price may continue to go down. And even the price of a guy like Marshall Faulk is going way down as well. So if you want to ball on a cheaper option, he's only 74,000 coins and is an absolute stud. And again, those 82s, 83 overall cards are going to continue going down in price. This is an absolute snipe. Hopefully I can get him. Tua for 77,000 coins is an absolute snipe. You guys want to know, hey Ty, how do you make coins? Well, I mean, it's kind of how you do it right there. Tua for 77,000 coins, an absolute snipe right there. But that's besides the point. You want to talk about cards that are going way down in price. Chris Johnson, obviously, way down in price. The quarterback market, especially Lamar Jackson, with Ultimate Alumni on Friday, followed by a Vince Young today that a lot of people want. He has gone way down in price as well. So there's a couple of guys that I do want to target. Guys that are going way up in price, like Andrew Thomas, the other right guard, has gone way, way, way up in price. So obviously, you got to focus on specific cards today because it's not just a general market crash. Maxx Crosby isn't super expensive today either. Definitely a card that if you want, you might be able to get for super cheap by the end of today, maybe even under 200,000 coins. Really wouldn't totally surprise me. I'm trying to get Sauce Gardner during this video, so we'll see if I can end up getting him. But his price still high. It's like 700,000 coins. Von Miller's price still relatively high. But just take a look, see if any of these cards for their respective prices catch your eye. Again, a lot of them are, in my opinion, still a little overpriced cards that are not worth what they ultimately are going for. So again, just kind of keep an eye on it, see where they're at, see if there's maybe a card or two that you specifically want to target to pick up. And even like a Brian Urlacher or a Ray Lewis, those legends are going down in price. Pat White, another fantastic budget quarterback that are going down in price. So that's really where I'd set your focus today, is more on the 85 overall legends that are absolute studs to help your squad than the new legends. Like the 85 old legends are the cards that I would focus on. Somebody in my chat said Pat White is dog water. He really isn't. When you're talking about some of the best, not super expensive quarterbacks, he's absolutely one of them. And even Ray Lewis for like 110,000 coins really isn't bad. And again, on the offensive side of the ball, people can hate on Pat White all they want. For 89s, for 70,000 coins, you're not going to find a better quarterback than Pat White. If you can snake Von Miller for cheap today, might be solid. Obviously, he's an LTD. There's not going to be a ton of him up. But that's really where I'd focus. But like a Mike Evans today is cheap just because there is a new great wide receiver that came out. And there's some other cards that you might be able to snag for cheaper than they should be going for. Like there's no reason Mike Evans today is less than 100,000 coins. He's still one of the best receivers in College Football Ultimate Team right now. So that's just kind of where I look at if I am you guys. Again, if you can find a good price for a guy that you have been wanting for a while, it's tough for me to say to not take your up take up the opportunity. Again, especially if you are, working your way up, quarterback, running back, wide receivers, those are the most important positions to fill that void. So like a Pat White for 80,000, I personally like. Folk for 80,000 is fine. Mike Evans for 100,000, I think is fine as well. And again, even Urlacher for under 100,000 is super cheap. So those are kind of my biggest recommendations for how to kind of use the market today. And again, even like these 81 overalls at any specific position should be relatively inexpensive. So if you are really balling on a budget and you want, an 81 overall Chris Johnson, might be a good option, a good day to get him. Just, pick Chris Johnson, search by him specifically, see what his price goes for. Same thing for 82, 83s overall, 83 overalls. I mean, these cards are still really good cards, and you might be able to get them for cheaper than they should be going for. So just kind of keep an eye on the market, see what does work for you, what doesn't work, and even again, a Pat White 83 overall can do a lot of those things. Same thing, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher. These are the types of guys that I today would be targeting more than normal. And again, as far as the market isn't cheap right now in general, but a lot of the cards that normally are more expensive today, as far as Legends, as far as Mike Evans, they are somewhat cheap and definitely maybe worth a buy today. So again, the market in general, I would say is pretty high overall, but some of these Legends are cheap. Some of these just 86, 87s, maybe even 85s, you can snag for cheaper than they normally would go for. So that's the most important thing to keep an eye on, guys. Obviously for me, I'm trying to build my great squad, whether it's Sauce Gardner, whether it is, Bradley Chubb, whoever it is. I picked up Lamar Jackson the other day as well. That's really what I'm focused on right now. But again, as far as some of these guys, I wouldn't buy any of the new Crabtrees. I would wait even on Crosby. I think his price is going to go down. But you might be able to buy some of these other guys like, an Evans, like an Urlacher. Those types of guys are the guys that I specifically would target today. And you guys are seeing a lot of these cards I already have targeted. Like I've got Mike Evans, Christian McCaffrey I got for a decent price today that I'm fine with paying. Even on the defensive side of the ball, guys, I've slowly upgraded my squads. Again, overall, be careful because it's not super low right now as far as 86, 87s in price. Like even a Cade McNamara, they're the cheapest, cards at this price aren't super inexpensive. So just kind of be careful. Find what does work for you. And again, if you can get a guy for cheaper than they normally do go for, it might be worth your specific time. This Tua is going for 184. I feel like that's cheaper than he normally goes for. Is it not? 184 for Tua? I guess I'm doing it. I do not care. I know a lot of guys might be like, Ty, you're crazy. Tua for 184. I'll resell him for more. So that's how to work the auction house. That's how I do it, at least. You guys can let me know your thoughts on the auction house down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.